So let's talk about it. I'm excited, you guys. I watch it every single Sunday religiously. Shout out to Zeus Network. I got it on all my TVs at home. Jela, I got it on my phone app. We got Jela from Baddies Caribbean here. And I literally just watched you last night because I got in from a cruise. And I'm telling you right now, you did not disappoint, girl.
Period.
That part right
that's
there.
The goal. Hey,
yes.
girl.
But really quick, let me just ask you, like, being a part of Baddies, was it really the popularity overnight, right? Just so crazy. Like everybody has, I mean, now you got all kind of girls from all parts of the country just wanting to audition for Baddies. Like, did you realize that the show was going to be this big?
Well, I knew that it was going to be big because I was on Bad Girls Club. And so I already knew what our fan base was capable of. And I think that going into like Baddies, the spinoff, after Bad Girls taking like such a hiatus, that it would be huge all over again.
Right.
So,
and I watch Bad Girls Club. I feel like Baddies is on a whole different. Okay.
It is. Baddies is like a totally different beast within its own right. Like it's louder, it's more chaotic. In my opinion, it's a little bit more raw.
I love it.
It is big. It is bigger.
How was that conversation? Like for you to come on Baddies, like with Natalie, how did that conversation like start and happen? And were you willing to do it again?
Yeah. So when she was gearing up to do Baddies South, we had already been hanging out so much. We were already together anyway. And so she was like, girl, just come on, like, just do it, like,
why not?
Come, get on the road, make some money real quick, reintroduce yourself to a different, side of, the fans from reality TV. You already got your Baddies fans. Come get your Bad Girls Club fans. Come get some of these Baddies fans and like let people get reintroduced to who you are.
And I feel like she's right when that happened because I remember Bad Girls Club, but it had been so like long, and in between that when Baddies happened, like I was like, oh, Jela, you know what I mean? And now it's like you're making more and more just noise, which is really dope because it's good for the brand. But let me ask you, there's a trend of young women going into reality television. But we know that it's not easy. You have to have tough skin. Right. How do you deal with some of the backlash that you guys get? Because you'll get a lot of love, but you get backlash. Listen, when you're on the internet and when you put yourself out there, it's just what it is.
Right.
But how do you deal with it? Like how tough does your skin really have to be for reality shows such as Baddies?
Well, I feel like, number one, you know what you signed up for. And if you don't know what you signed up for, then you find out really, really quick. And for me, it's like, I know that it's a reality show. I know that this is just entertainment. This is not my real life. This is work. This is what I do for money. This is my job.
But you said that reality, TV, like, you guys get judged really, really harsh.
Yes.
I heard that in a recent interview.
Yes, we do get judged really, really hard. And so that's why for me, I have to tell myself, okay, this isn't my real life. When the cameras go down, I can go back to my real life and what I love and whatever else it is that I want to do. But I feel like with the reality TV, you just got to know, like, this is just for entertainment. And stop reading the comments.
Right.
I have to stop reading the comments. I think that's another thing for me.
But do you have to like remind your family too? Like, this is just work, family. This is because I'm sure your family's watching.
Yeah. I mean,
or they know.
They know. So like at this point, I don't have to really like say it too much.
Right. But you still said like that's reality TV. This is my real life. Like, how do you separate the two? Because Instagram, Snapchat, they all follow you. You know what I mean? Twitter, X, whatever you guys are calling it nowadays. Like, it's really hard. Like, remember back in the days, you have beef at the school, it stays there, but now it comes home with you because there's social media.
Yeah.
So how do you separate? How does Jela separate it when you get home?
I just don't feed into the negativity. That's just the easiest way that I can put it. So, like, if certain people are on the internet, saying certain things or trying to get a rise out of me or whatever the case may be. Sometimes I'll respond depending on what it is, but I don't let it overly consume my day or my life because I have other things to do.
Well, yeah, girl, you got a clothing line.
Exactly.
That is being featured. I mean, let's talk about it. Like, what, Vogue?
Yes.
Oh, my, you were in Forbes magazine?
Yes.
So, like, this is just not any reality star we have here. This is a real businesswoman. So that's really how you separate it, because you really got a real job, a real career,
I
real
have
branding.
real stuff to do.
Yes. And you were saying, like, when I was watching the show last night, you were saying, you're a stylist. And I was like, that's so dope. Some of your favorite people you've styled for?
So I've had a chance to, I've done something for Krishan.
Yes.
That was fun. I got to do something for Glorilla. I worked with, my friend is a stylist, and so she'll hire me to come in and do a lot of like the alterations or like custom like tailoring and different things like that. So I've done a lot of that stuff for Glorilla. Glorilla has also worn pieces from my brand. I made Cardi B's background dancers like trench coats.
Yes.
I made those one year for what was it? Art Basel.
Okay, yes.
I want to say that was maybe 2021 or 2022.
Well, the Met Gala just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So who would you do? Like, who's your dream celebrity? You're like, I want to design for the Met Gala. I want to design their dress.
I would probably say Zendaya.
Really?
I would love to work with her. She's just she's just like so perfect. Like, she's like a dream. She just gets it. Like, her fashion sense is like on another level, and she just gets it.
Yeah, I love Zendaya.
Yes.
Now, out of all the baddies on the Caribbean, since you're about style and you're about fashion, who's like besides you, who's the fashionista that you would say, oh, they got great style?
Actually, a lot of the girls were looking really cute this season.
They are.
Yes. Natalie always looks really, really, really cute. Really, really cute.
I love, like, she's now about this hairstyle
Yes.
that just putting different little artwork in her hair. I love it.
Yes, and she coordinates her clothes. Like, her clothes will like feed off of like whatever her hair is doing, or like vice versa. So I really like that. And then Sapphire also looks really, really cute. She also looks like, puts her outfits together really cute.
Her body's banging too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, all the outfits that you're wearing in Baddies, is that everything that you've made custom?
No.
Only because they're cute.
Not this
and I'm
season.
Like, oh man, I wonder if those are her custom pieces.
No, so on Baddies South, everything that I wore on the show was something that I made.
Oh, I love that.
But this season, the clothes that I'm wearing on the show, some of the pieces are things that I've made or that I carry within my brand. But all of my confessionals, everything that I'm wearing in my confessional looks, those are the new pieces from my swimwear collection. So all of that stuff is mine.
Now, let me ask you about your clothing line really quick. I want to take it back because I love the name of it, Normal Clothing. Like, why? Like,
Normal
why?
culture?
Normal culture. Why normal? Like, are you just trying to normalize fashion, or are you saying like the everyday girl can be pretty too? Like, what was the concept about the name Normal?
So it's kind of like an oxymoron, because what is normal? Nothing is actually really normal. If you think about it, if you're trying to be quote unquote normal, that's like being weird in a way, or living in your own unique identity. That's what's normal. Being yourself is normal.
Right.
So if you take that and you put it with culture, it's like, okay, I'm me and I'm identifying what I'm comfortable with, and I'm letting that feed into the way that I dress, or the way that I carry myself, or the way that I present myself to the world. So that's normal culture.
I love it. Only because it's just like, I felt like when I heard it, I was like, oh, it's something like I could wear. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I can be a part of this whole, you know what I'm saying, clothing brand that you have,
Yeah.
So we're going to ask you, I have to, it's been all over the internet all week long.
Okay.
And it's pertaining towards radio hip hop. Okay. Who gets on the yacht with you? Kendrick or Drake?
Oh my God.
You didn't even know she didn't know I was gonna throw. She thought I was gonna throw something else.
I didn't even know what she was gonna say. Okay.
Yes.
Damn. I really like them both.
No, you have to pick one, Jela. One. Who gets on the yacht with the girls? Who gets to go and hang out with the baddies?
The baddies, probably Drake.
Really?
Even I mean that the girls will probably want to hang out with Drake because it's Drake, you know.
Who do you think won in the beef then?
I think Kendrick is winning the beef.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
So, of course, everyone knows the stigma that comes along with Bad Girls Club and the type of girls that are on the show. But aside from that, what do you want fans to really know about you?
I'm a pretty open book. I would like to say at this point, I feel like a lot of what people see on the show is who I am in real life. I don't really feel like I've changed my personality in order to be on TV. So I think that the fans can probably say that I'm a really authentic person. But just as far as what I would really like for people to know about me that they probably don't know already is I just am really a loving person in real life.
On the show, when I watch you, to me, you're very level-headed. Very level-headed until somebody pushes you, and then that's when you pop off. So, and I saw that in last season, and in this season, it seemed like, Biggie was poking, and then, listen, it happened, right? You guys squabbled. But how do you maintain that? You said it was separate, but what does mental health look like for Jela? Like, because reality TV, entertainment business, fashion, it doesn't matter. You have to be able to maintain that.
Right.
So what does that look like for you?
So I unplug a lot. I know how to step away from work so that I can relax and recharge. So a lot of times, like, I wake up in the morning, I'll go sit in my prayer room, I'll meditate, drink some hot tea. I do different grounding exercises. I might go outside and hug a tree or, put my feet in the ground, go to the beach, get in the water. Different things. Like, there's so many different things that I do in order to, protect my mental health or recharge. Like, I'm not arguing with people all day. I don't really raise my voice. I listen to a lot of, like, jazz music, nature sounds, things like that throughout the day. And I also listen to different audiobooks. So I'm really good at protecting my peace. And I think that because I do protect my peace and I am very intentional about where I'm placing my energy, then it's also helping me maintain a good mental state of mind.
Absolutely. And I think it's important for people to hear you say that, because I think that a lot of these influencers and, some of these people that are coming up in reality TV, it's hustle, 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 hustle all the time. But it's so important to separate. You know what I mean? It's so important to recharge. And I think that it's important to recharge, because when you guys get in there, it's just so much of you. It's draining, and people don't realize that. People don't realize how draining it is.
Right.
Mentally, it's draining. And even when you're off and you're like, okay, I'm not filming this season, it doesn't matter. You're always on, no matter if you're at the store or you're going to an event, because everybody wants to see Jela. So you always have to be on. They don't understand how tiring that can be at times.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So protecting your mental is so important. Let me ask you, what can viewers expect besides the whole Biggie situation, Baddies this season from you?
I think you can expect for me to just continue to be my outspoken, fun self. I'm definitely standing on business. I'm bringing the looks. And I would like to say that they can really expect to see a little bit of Jela from BGC 14.
You're standing on business this season.
Standing on a lot of business, yeah.
And do you think that when Natalie asked you who won the fight, you can tell in that clip that you just didn't want to be put in that position?
Right.
So when you said your truth, it almost was like you spoke your truth, but you just didn't really want to be involved in that whole.
Right. I tried to say my opinion without being, disrespectful about it, or I didn't call her out her name, or like I didn't talk about her or anything. I just answered yes or no to the question, and then I laughed about it because we were high.
That's why I was going to ask you because you laughed.
We were high. And so I laughed. And I really didn't think anything was wrong with it. And that's why I tried to divert, from even answering the question in the first place. But I still answered it. And so I take that to the chin. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just feel like...
Well, it was still an opinion at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was just my opinion, and she got mad over my opinion. And that's really what the fight came down to. More so because you said that you were going to slap me. And the reason you said you were going to slap me is because you did not like my opinion.
Right. And so where do you and Biggie stand today?
Me and Biggie, we're actually cool. We're cordial. We're not like best friends or anything, but there's no beef between us. Like, I just saw her, before the premiere or days leading up to the premiere, I saw her. We all went to Highlight Room together. And then I seen her again, at the premiere, we took pictures together and stuff. Yeah. But went out after. I'm a grown woman at the end of the day. That was for TV.
I heard that.
And
yes,
when them cameras go off and we got to be around each other in real life, there are no cameras around. When it's time to be back on TV, in TV land, I might not like you in TV land, but in real life, I don't have no problem with you. You ain't cuss me out and slap me and try to blow my house up or fight my mom, you know what I mean? Or nothing crazy. So
it's not that deep.
It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything extreme enough to me in real life for me to care about what happened while we were on TV and be bringing it into this, stratosphere.
So Anna Mac just said this is her last season. What do you think about that?
We all say that. We all be saying that. We be like, yeah, this is my last season. I'm not doing this no more. I can't, whatever. Now, some girls, they really do stand on it and they mean it. But, I don't know. I would like to see Anna, back for sure.
What can we expect after Baddies Caribbean? What you got going on?
So right now I'm working on Miami Swim Week. My fashion show is May 31st at the SLS.
Nice.
In Miami. And yes, so I'm really, really excited about that. And then other than that, I've just been working on my swimwear collection that I'm getting ready to release.
And what about this documentary I'm hearing? You're working on a documentary on your clothing line, or you're putting it together? I saw that on your page.
So it's not really like a documentary. It's kind of like
a behind the scenes.
Yeah, I do a lot of different behind the scenes stuff just to give people a day in the life or what exactly.
Where can they watch that? I want to see that because I want to see Jela outside Baddies.
You can see some of that stuff on my YouTube channel, which is the Jela Show.
Okay, and then we can see the behind the scenes because I think people need to see how real it is from being on reality to going into a studio to designing to styling to fitting. It's a lot of work, Mm-hmm. And you speak about pretty privilege, but I think that you've surpassed that. You know what I mean? That pretty privilege. Yeah. You've actually put in that grind and that hard work.
Yeah, and for me, I think that there is a such thing as pretty privilege, but there's also, in my opinion, a such thing as pretty prejudice as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Speak on it.
I think that sometimes people will give you a little bit of a harder time because you are pretty or because they think that other people may have given you stuff so easy or whatever. That sometimes I think that people will kind of make it a little bit harder for you, or
they think because you're pretty you haven't worked for it.
Exactly, or they think that you're not really working for it because you are pretty.
Yes.
So I call it pretty prejudice, but I don't know what the correct term would be, but I think that is a real thing. But I do also think that pretty privilege exists as well.
Ooh, well, listen, Baddies is happening every Sunday. Make sure you guys check it out. And then this season, it's Blueface's sister, Callie, that's on it, the Claremont twins, and Aubrey O'Day. This is actually cool because they make special appearances, so I kind of like that too. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the new girls joining the cast?
I like all of the girls for the most part, so.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite? I don't know. I wouldn't really say I have a favorite because I don't know. I just have my group.
Who's your group?
My group is me, Natalie, Scotty, Sapphire. That's
oh,
my
geez.
group.
Yeah, the OGs, definitely.
most part, yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, we just saw the first episode because it literally premiered this Sunday. Make sure you guys check it out. But I'm ready for episode 2 because it looks like it's even crazier.
Yeah.
I don't even want you to she's here in front of me. I don't even want you to tell me because I just want to
Oh,
sit
I'm
and
not.
experience the whole thing. I love Baddies.
Girl,
For real.
Episode 2 is good too.